OMG. Okay, hello everyone. My name is Ava. If you don't know who I am, I make makeup content on TikTok. And I have been doing that since like 2020. And more recently, I've gained a lot more attention for my get ready with me's to go to the strip club. And it has raised a lot of questions amongst the people. Lots of Reddit threads, people saying that I'm lying about dancing. So I'm here to give you guys the real motherfucking tea. Let's get into it. Okay, so I do want to preface this video by saying I do not condone, not that I don't condone dancing, I don't endorse it. I'm not saying that this is a good thing and everyone should go do it because you'll make lots of money. I'm not saying that at all. I don't want to glamorize this. I'm just saying my experience, and it's a reality. So if my experience can help anyone out there, then I would love that. Oh my God. Just chill. Sit down. Sit down. So I want to start off with a little bit of my background and like why I'm even here in the first place. So you might not believe this, but ever since I was little, I wanted to be a dancer. Like since I was literally like 4 years old, my mom was telling me this story the other day where her and my dad were watching a movie on TV, and I was like running around the house like doing whatever, and there was, I forgot what movie it was, but there was a scene with these dancers, these strippers in the strip club, and they had like these metallic bathing suits on and just real cunty. And I was like, I want to do that. I literally said that to my mom and my dad that I wanted to be what those girls were on TV. And my dad was pissed. My mom, she told me from then on, she knew my fate, you know? I think the signs were there. The signs were there. So I had always just wanted that to be something that I did at some point in my life. Haku, don't you fucking do it. Don't do it. Just chill. Just chill. She's gonna do it, Nick. Nope. See, yeah, you just lost privileges. Actually, I think she learned. She learned her lesson. It's good. All right. Any motherfucking ways. I always knew that dancing was something I was gonna do. My parents low-key knew that it was something I was gonna do. Like my fate was determined at a young age. All right. I wasn't really able to process like what that meant and like what came with it and everything. The vibes, I needed that. Like I loved everything about being glamorous and sexy. And even as a little kid, like I always wanted to be an adult so I could be sexy. Like I just wanted to be sexy so bad as a little kid. And untraumatic related reasons. I just wanted to be sexy. But then I'm gonna get into the trauma part. When I was in middle school, I went through some very traumatic sexual experiences, which is a story for another day, but that definitely changed my brain chemistry, and it changed my opinions on dancing and whether or not I thought I was capable of doing something like that. Like, I know what you're saying. Like, a lot of the girls in the club have like hella trauma. Like, that's just what it is. But in my head, my trauma started showing itself in ways that like I would just have like panic attacks. Like I remember the first time a guy hugged me in middle school, I literally had a fucking panic attack, was crying and like shaking and like from a hug, bitch. So imagine me, my hopes and dreams are crushed because I'm like, if a man touches me in the strip club, then I'm done for. Subconsciously, I made a promise to myself that I would only do that if I needed to do that. If I had no other option, or I felt like I had no other option, that is the only way that I was gonna go to the strip club. Even though I really wanted to, and I'd always really wanted to, I was not gonna put myself through something unnecessarily. So I made that decision. And another thing I did want to talk about is sex work being glamorized. I was not doing that. I mean, I guess I kind of was when I was little. Like, I knew that there were bad aspects to it, but I still wanted to be a dancer. So I don't really know if you would call that glamorizing, but yeah. So as I got older, I had that in the back of my head. I started taking pole dancing classes at 17 because I knew that if I wasn't gonna go to the club, then I was gonna get this feeling out somehow. You know, I needed an outlet to, I guess, keep me out of the club. Like, I was just like, okay, I want to go so bad, but no, so I'll just go take these pole dancing classes. And I did that on and off. I mean, as a high schooler, like, that's not really something I was like looking to invest in. Like, dance classes are expensive if you don't know. Expensive as fuck. So, you know, I would take them on and off here and there, get it out of my system, you know. So fast forward to 2024, very beginning of 2024, I started taking dance classes very seriously. I had just moved out of my dad's house, not for the first time, but for the final time. I was like fully on my own, my first like big girl apartment. I was making money through, you know, doing makeup clients, TikTok. I do editing on the side. Like, I was just doing everything under the sun. And at the time, like, and TikTok has always been like weird, but at the time it was popping. Like, TikTok, the bills were paid. So that's how I was like able to do all that. And, you know, moving out into like the real world and living by myself, like, as an adult, has taught me so much. And I'd say the biggest thing it's taught me is how to really, like, what it really means to focus on yourself. Because when you're not at home and I didn't have anyone holding me accountable for anything. I didn't have roommates. It was just me for the first time ever. It was literally just me. I was single. Like, I didn't have no little shit. Like, they're holding me accountable. Like, it was literally just me. And that, you know, you can turn that into something really good or really bad. And I feel like for a minute, I was getting really caught up in the bad and like how detrimental just having no one there to hold you accountable can be. So for the next 6 months, or I guess for the first 6 months of me living by myself, I kind of started to fall into some terrible habits, just drama and like getting involved with people I shouldn't have been involved with, and like just reliving traumas and just a whole bunch of bullshit. And by the time the summer came around, I felt like I don't want to say hit rock bottom, because that's just not what it felt like. But looking back at that point in my life, it was giving rock bottom. Like, it was giving rock bottom. I was barely creating. I was breaking out literally so terribly, like the worst I've ever broken out in my entire life. I was dating someone who, like, by description, by definition, was probably the worst person I could have ever like involved myself in with. And it, like, just every type of bullshit you could imagine me going through, I was going through. That happened throughout the summer. By the time the fall was there, bitch, I was in shambles. I was in shambles. I was not posting on TikTok. My confidence was at an all-time low. And I was just like lost, and my money was running thin, baby. But I was making it work. it felt like I was able to just like keep up, you know? I guess this is like the final chapter of like the catalyst that like sent me into the club, like what finally pushed me into those doors. And I'll speak very vaguely about the situation, but it was one situation where I had this friend who was working for this brand, and again, I was doing makeup at the time, and she reached out to me for this like big campaign for this big brand that I was really like getting excited for. And she reached out to me like a couple months, I remember, before the actual shoot was supposed to be. And throughout those couple months, I was doing trials and like having meetings with people. And this is my friend, mind you. So I'm doing all of this for free. Like usually it would be like, you know, charging people even for like trial runs or whatever. Like, but I'm like, okay, this is my friend. Like I have this job on lock. Like we're good. And the job was a whole, at the end of it, it was supposed to be a whole day's worth of work. So 12 hours at a makeup artist rate. That was going to be a significant chunk of money for me as someone who is freelancing, living by myself. I live in Houston, bitch. Like shit's expensive. So that was going to be like make it or break it for my rent, basically. After all of these trials, doing all this work, going back and forth with ideas and all this shit without getting into like the details, because honestly, like it happened so long ago, I don't even fucking remember. But the day before the shoot, they cancel. They were like, you know what? We're just going to go in a different direction. After all of this time, after all of this fucking time, you would have tell me now, the night before, the very night before, that you're canceling the shoot. And so I'm like, okay, now it's time. It's time to hustle, baby. This, and I, if I'm not mistaken, this happened at like the end of the month. So rent was due, baby, rent was due. And I'm telling you, those people on that Reddit thread were talking about my TikTok as being a lie. No, I swear to God, I went to the club and the rent was due. And so I went and I did what I had to do. So after literally my whole life contemplating of if I should go work at the club or if I should do this and this and this, I was like, a chance that I have, that I literally I have to do something. Like, and for me, I had already been taking the pole classes, right? I already knew how to dance. Okay. I had the confidence. My confidence is back up. What was I supposed to do? And what was I supposed to do, really? I have a really good support system. My family's really supportive of me. Like, if I guarantee you, if I had needed anything, like my dad, or mostly my dad, would have like been there and been like, all right, I'll help you. But my pride is too great. And I kind of wanted an excuse almost to go and see what it was like. So, I think like that week, or like within the next couple days, I just said, fuck it. And I just decided I was going to go do it. And I didn't really tell anyone. I didn't really talk about it. So I went in, that week, literally did my research, picked a club, I was set on this one club. I was like, okay, I'm going to work here because it just looked like the vibe. I don't know. And I knew a girl who was working there already. So I was like trusting that it was going to be cool. So I pull up to the club, have my makeup done, a cute little outfit on, and they look at me and they're like, oh, well, our hiring manager's not here, or like, we're not hiring girls right now, but you can go to this location and they'll get you right. Like, I know they're hiring over there and they would fuck with you. And I was like, okay, bitch, whatever. So I drive fucking, I don't know, 30 minutes down to the next location, and immediately they like get me back, do my paperwork, whatever. the manager's back there and he's like, why are you here? And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, well, you were just at the other location, no? And I was like, yeah. He's like, they didn't hire you over there? No. So he told me that I was hired at both of the locations and that I could just go to the other location the next time I wanted to come in. I was like, okay, whatever, bro. So I guess I'm stuck with this location for tonight. Mind you, the two different locations have two different vibes. I was much more the other location's vibe. This location, it just was not giving me, like, I just did not fit the aesthetics. It was a lot of big booties in there. A lot of big booties. And just one little me. But no, it was the night was fine, and from then I've been making my fucking money. And period, that's it. I do want to go more in depth about like the story and like how it happened and like all the shit and all the little details and all of that, and I think that'll be so fun to get into. But y'all just need to know that this shit is real, and I need to silence the Redditors who have been at my doorstep, basically trying to almost dox me, bitch. Like that's where we're at right now. So yeah, if y'all have any questions about anything, I would love to answer. I think I'm gonna do like a Q&A soon, so if you have any questions, let me know. I'm an open book. But yeah, I think that's it. Oh my god. Thank you guys for watching this video. I'll see you in my next video. And bye. Cut the cameras, dead ass. Dead ass, cut the cameras. Dead ass.